We did have a little bit of a topic change today, just out of request for some agents who were experiencing cold leads in terms of once they go in the meeting, they go MIA. And so today we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk how you could be following up and getting in front of them after the meeting and getting these deals to close and list. And for those of you that are already on, if you weren't already aware of a program that we do within Seller Appointment Hub, if you're open to being a referral for us, so basically talking to agents who are considering joining the program, in exchange, we'll give you a free appointment. So if you provide a testimonial, a written one, you'll get a free appointment in exchange. Or if you're open to taking some live calls from agents who are considering our program, for anybody that signs up, you'll get an additional appointment as well. Okay, guys, let's get started. So I did mention at the beginning, we did do a little bit of a topic switch up just based off request from some agents. So today we're going to be discussing what to do after you meet with these clients and maybe they go cold on you, they're unresponsive, and you're not sure how to follow up and what's appropriate. So first things first, in last week's meeting, we discussed assuming the listing, coming with a listing, not presentation, a listing agreement, coming with a listing agreement prepared and ready for signature. Now, of course, it's not always going to happen on the first meeting, but let's say you assume the listing, you met with them, everything went well, you did the whole spiel and showed your pre-listing presentation, and then after the meeting, they've gone dark. What do you do? So first things first is we always recommend that you remember it's not necessarily about you. Selling your home and changing areas and neighborhoods and things like that is a big decision. And so with that comes the reminder that it's not about you necessarily getting the listing. It's about the big life change that they're experiencing. And so it necessarily doesn't have anything to do with you and your presentation or your follow-up. It has everything to do with them and their motivation and the reason they initially wanted to sell to begin with. And with that being said, what we recommend doing right after the appointment is always just sending a recap video. It could be a 2-minute long video. You'll know here at Seller Appointment Hub, we are big advocates for video. The reason is it helps them remember your face, your value, and it just helps put something in front of them where they can see you again and make that muscle memory of, hey, this might be my agent. So follow up with a video the same day, the next day. Again, just recapping what was discussed, certain features of their home, things of that nature. And then from there, let's say you never hear from them. Okay. You go on a meeting, you go on the listing appointment, you never hear from them again. So it takes 7 to 13 attempts generally to reach an initial lead, right? And it's the same protocol in this way. Now it's about how to not be, for lack of better words, annoying about it, correct? So remember what their motivation was. And so reconnect with value and not pressure. And so what we mean by that is when you're following up with them, it shouldn't be like, hey, when are you ready to list your home? Hey, great meeting. Would love to discuss listing your home. It should be more geared towards what they're going after with their motivation to sell. And so what that may look like is, hey, I know you mentioned you're ready to downsize, or you're wanting to downsize, just looking at what your timeline looks like. I know we had a great initial meeting, homes in your neighborhood are going quickly. So when can we get you in a smaller home that's more manageable? And so it really goes back to their motivation, why they want to move, the reason they want to sell. And so if you lead with value instead of just pressure, it makes a huge difference in follow up. From there, make sure you're asking curious questions. So it should be more like, okay, maybe you're not ready to list right this moment, right this month, but do you think that you'll be ready to list before the holidays? You want to upsize? What's your timeline look like? And really just, again, it's more about leading with value and not that pressure. Because if they feel that you want just the sale, that's what they're going to focus on, right? They may not feel it's a right match. They may not feel that there's a connection in that way. So if you're leading with always, what can I do? How can I help? How can I get you to bridge that gap in between where you are now and where you want to be? It's going to settle a lot differently. And also, if you're just following up with generic, basic questions, nobody's going to respond to that, right? We've all gotten plenty of spam calls and plenty of follow-up. A car salesman, when they're just like, hey, you ready to buy that 2025 Audi? No, I wanted to buy the Audi because I need more room for my children. So if you lead with, hey, there's a baby on the way. I know you need that extra room. Did you plan on getting into that new home before the baby was around, or should I plan to follow up with you shortly after and talk about what that looks like? So always lead with value, not pressure. Ask those curious questions. Again, it's not about you, it's about the seller. From there, short personalized videos stay top of mind. We also recommend, this is something I should have led with, but something that's really huge that we've encouraged our agents to do that makes a huge difference is once you go on the meeting, connect with them on socials or on LinkedIn. It's a great way to just stay top of mind in the way that they'll see your content, you'll see theirs, you can always like, comment, things like that. And it's a good way to just stay top of mind without being directly in front of them. So look them up on Facebook, look them up on LinkedIn, connect with them there, leave comments when the new baby's born, things like that. So again, it's more about staying top of mind without being down their throat and constantly calling and emailing them. From there, really, that's pretty much it in terms of what we recommend. I know it's very basic. Again, this was a topic that was asked that I cover, so happy to do any future topics as well. But it's really send that personalized video after, always lead with value, ask curious questions, and then just know that our team here at Seller Appointment Hub is here to help you. And so what that means is, let's say you make 10 contact attempts after the appointment, you never hear back. It happens. What you could do is you can send it back through to our team through the appointment review type form, which is on every single email that you receive from us. And then basically what our team will do from there is call, introduce ourselves as your assistant, and find out whatever information you need, whether it's rescheduling that appointment, finding out what their timeline looks like. We can attempt a live transfer, things like that. So if you're having trouble getting in touch after several attempts after meeting with them, please send them back our way. This is what we do day in and day out, and we're happy to step in and act as a concierge. That's also really helpful as well. We find that if it's just you following up, sometimes it's like, hey, I don't want to talk to Ashley or whatever it is, but having someone call on your behalf also shows there's a team behind you, people that care about them, and that there's going to be a lot of people working behind the scenes to get their home sold. That is pretty much it. Again, really short, sweet, and basic today. The goal was to really just cover the topics that you guys want to see. So if you guys have topics in the future, please let me know. I do have a little handout for you to just take a look at. So I will follow up with an email for that. And then also something I forgot to mention was utilize your CRM drip campaigns. I'm only familiar with a few, but the few I'm familiar with do have great drip campaigns in place for text messages and emails. I will share an example of one that we use personally, and it has 13 different emails or text messages. And again, they all lead with more value rather than just asking the basic questions of, hey, are you ready to list your home? So I will share a drip campaign. Make sure you're utilizing your CRM for the tools that it provides to make your job and your life easier. Utilize video in your content. And then if nothing else, our team here at Seller Appointment Hub is always here and happy to help support you. So I'm going to take a quick look at Q&A. Yes, the listing presentation booklet did go out. It should have been. There was a document that should have been attached in that email. In that document at the very bottom, you'll see where it says link to pre-listing presentation. Robert, I can send that to you if you need it again, I should say. And I'm going to give you a call right after anyway to discuss testimonials. So I'll resend you that pre-listing package. And then, yeah, like I said, we're here to really help you. So whether it is following up with clients that have gone MIA, or whether you have training suggestions, or you need to adjust your cities, add more cities, please reach out to us. I'm here. I'm available to help, as well as our great support team who works really hard behind the scenes to make sure everything is running smoothly for you guys. So if there's ever any suggestions you want to add to your areas, add to your coverage, please just let me know and we're happy to help. Otherwise, I am going to wrap it up. Like I said, short and sweet today. I will follow up with an email. And then for anyone who was interested in providing a testimony for us or speaking to agents as they're incoming and curious about our program, you will receive free appointments. So if that's something you might want to consider, please let me know. You can reach out to me directly or team at support, and we're happy to help. So with that being said, I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. I look forward to talking to you again next week. Next week's topic, really quickly before I wrap up, I'm just going to take a look here. So next week's topic is going to be more on follow-up that closes. So CRM systems and seller tools that keep you in control. We're going to share some really good really good platforms that we've personally used, HomeBot, Real Scout, some drip campaigns specifically, but we can always adjust if there's a topic you want to see. So anyway, I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. Thanks for taking the 15 minutes with me this morning, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye, guys.